What's the meanest thing a woman has ever said to you? To you specifically. I went through your text. No, this is the meanest thing a woman has ever said to someone on Reddit. This is probably an Ask Reddit question. Ask men, actually. So it is men. Mostly men.
Asked men.
Yeah. I think, honestly, the meanest thing a woman has said to you, and it's from women, would probably be way worse than I'm expecting. I think women say some pretty harsh things.
Worse shit than men?
Well, it depends on what you mean by worse.
I think women say worse shit and men do worse shit.
I think that women say mean things to men and mean things to women differently mean, but like equally mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're differently mean, but they're equally bad.
Women are probably worse to one another than they are to men.
I've heard that, but I've also heard the opposite. It's debatable.
It is debatable.
As a not woman, I wouldn't know what it's like unless I like watch through a peephole, which I don't do.
Okay, bud. I'm glad you had to specify that one.
No, I don't. I've heard that like it's really harsh. Then again, it can also be like satirical. Like if a girl's like, "Oh my god, I love your jacket. Where did you get it?" I could never pull that off. It's like that doesn't sound mean on paper, but it's like, all right, we get it. Whereas a girl will be like, "You're short and fat and ugly and poor."
Guys are a lot more straight and to the point. I think most guys don't talk as much behind people's backs. They kind of say to their, like, any talk I have about my guy friends, I would tell to their face.
Yeah, guy shit talk isn't very deep. It kind of just like, that guy's being a douchebag.
But we are nice behind each other's backs. Because God forbid you give somebody a compliment to their face.
I don't think people compliment that often anyways.
Guys just don't get as many compliments.
No.
Getting compliments is nice.
I'll be like...
Compliment your men.
Yeah, I'll say like, Nick's funny. But like, it doesn't go any deeper. Be like...
See, and I'm taking that sarcastically. Cockroach. Welcome back to the show. My name's Nick.
And I'm Corey, and you're watching That's Debatable. Your name, insert here. Thanks for watching.
Tell us in the comments. We like
tell
seeing
us in the comments what your name is.
If you guys want to see the full Uncut Uncensored version a week in advance
early
of the
access.
podcast, early access, check it out on patreon.com/Nick and Corey, where you can also see our show and movie commentary.
Yeah, we do early access for that too on our Patreon. But if you want to watch that on late access or normal access for normies, you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Nick and Corey. Link also down below. And if you guys want to watch these podcasts not seeing our beautiful faces, you can go to Apple and Spotify and Audible. Links for those also down below.
All the goodies.
All right. This girl said, "I want a divorce and I'm keeping the house." Said to my face as my father lay dying of a heart attack. Spoiler, she did not get the house. I dumped all of my savings into a lawyer who uncovered years-long credit card schemes she was running. One, sign here or you're going to jail for a long time, conversation later as a free man. What is the plot twist on this?
He dumped his entire savings into a lawyer? That's depressing as
I guess it's like I'm losing all my money one way or the other. At least you're not getting it.
Wow.
That's petty.
That's bitter, dude. You know what the biggest fear for me, like hearing that is? Mm-hmm. These people probably spent like 15, 20-ish years of their life together, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you imagine you spent such a big chunk of your life dedicating your time to this person and you resent and hate them so much that you'd be willing to burn your money before giving it to them? Like, that's bad, dude.
I think it's, you know, like there's a thought that the opposite of love is hate, but it's not. The opposite of love is apathy or some like that.
Yeah.
I think it's love and hate are like actually close together. So if you love someone and then you guys like get burned by each other, then you like absolutely hate them and you're vicious.
You think you have to love... No, you don't have to love someone to hate them.
No, you don't have to love someone to hate them, but I think if you love someone and then
there's strong emotions.
It's the betrayal. That's what's similar about the betrayal, them. If there even is betrayal, but like just turning from love to something else makes some of these people go crazy. That's
a great debatable question we should do in the future. What's worse, loving someone? I mean, hating someone or apathy? Like what's a worse feeling to?
I think it depends on the context, but yeah, I think it's like, you know what it is? Imagine you are a balloon and you are being inflated with love. It sounds really positive.
I am balloon.
And this balloon is taking up like space inside of you, like your chest.
I am not a balloon. I have a balloon in here.
Yes, you are a balloon inside of yourself. Imagine to take up the exact same amount of space this balloon has of love. You need to keep filling it with that same amount of air. But if the love is gone, you have to fill up that balloon with something else. So the exact same amount of hate has to fill up that balloon.
Where are you getting?
This analogy probably lost the plot a little bit.
You have a balloon inside of you and you're filling it with love, but now you're filling it with hate instead?
Yeah, also that hate smells like cheese and gas. No, what I'm saying
Where are we going?
What I'm saying is I think that's like if you love someone, like let's say you love someone 10 units. It sounds stupid. Let's just call it a unit for now. If you stop loving them, sometimes I think you must hate them 10 units. Like you have to fill it.
You know what you're doing right now?
What?
I'm driving and my GPS just freaked out and took the wrong exit that I'm not actually taking. And then I have another turn coming up and I don't know where to go because my GPS still thinks I'm going in the wrong direction. So I'm panicking looking at the GPS. This is you right now. You are my GPS that has gone in the wrong direction, has lost me, and is now no longer guiding me in any direction.
I will try few word because many word don't do trick. If you love someone lots and stop loving, you hate them equally lots.
Yeah, that sounds much better than the analogy.
Good. Now I know I must caveman sometimes to you.
No. This is not on me. This is not my user error. This is your user error.
Okay,
this
sure.
This is a skill issue.
I'm about to give you a skill check. I asked a girl at a bar and she laughed, apologized, and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just don't really see Asian guys as men." Oh my God.
That's insane, dude.
Pretty sure she was trying to say that she wasn't attracted to Asian men, but she was drunk and said it in the worst way possible.
That is disgusting. That's a barbaric insult.
I put my foot in my mouth sometimes and said something that's like way worse than I intended to say, just because I crossed like two separate sentences together. I can see how this is what she was meaning to be like. Oh, even saying I'm not into Asian men is bad, by the way. But like,
I don't think so.
I think saying it out loud is. You can feel that way.
Yeah, saying it out loud. Sure, it's bad. You're drunk. You just say things on your mind. But I don't think.
I don't think it's wrong to feel that way. Being like, I have a preference. Being like, I am attracted to white people. Oh, they look like me. How bizarre is that?
Yeah.
But I think saying it out loud just feels wrong.
It does. Yeah, and saying that I don't see Asians as
I don't see Asian guys as men is in every way.
What do you see them as, kids? Animals? What? Get yourself checked out, girl.
Yeah, this is weird. All right, my ex-wife once said to me, "Why don't you just kill yourself like your brother did?"
Holy fucking shit, dude.
This was less than a month after he had killed himself. First and only time I've ever felt the urge to hit a woman.
Honestly, I'm very against the idea of hitting women. You get a pass though, bro. You can smack a.
Was she the ex-wife before or after this incident?
Given that it was a month after, actually, yeah, good question. Regardless,
is this like they were?
This is smack-worthy. You just lost a loved one a month ago, and this person said you should kill yourself like your brother did. Like,
why? Why would you say that? If they were married,
wow.
If they were married when this happened, why?
Uno reverse. You should kill yourself like my brother did.
I mean, I probably wouldn't say the last part.
Drop the mic.
Because that'd be like kind of a self-burn at that point.
Self-burn, but self-defense.
Here's the thing: if they were not together, this was an ex-wife when the brother died. She like what? Said, "Hey, sorry about your loss. I heard about him. Why didn't you kill yourself? By the way." That feels weird. It's like just checking in, want to make sure you're okay, so I can tell you to kill yourself.
I don't think somebody says sorry about your loss.
Was opening a conversation.
Yeah. I don't think.
It's like, hey, I heard about this thing. Are you doing all right? No, good. Because I want you to end it.
I heard Mike took his life. You know, that got me to thinking. John, you should take your life too.
It's like the first time they've talked in like 6 months after the divorce.
Thanks for your opinion. But no, genuinely, like the guy said he had an urge to hit her. I think hitting someone is wrong and hitting a woman is even worse. But that's smack-worthy, bro. She's earned a smack.
I'll go the religious route. Sometimes when people say some blasphemous shit, they stop being people.
Yeah. Yeah, she just dehumanized herself. That's that's unreal shit.
You can't say that to someone.
You can't.
That's just rude.
You can't. Well, once again, back to the same thing. You've been with someone for so long.
She must hate his guts.
That's bad.
Also, his brother. What did the brother ever do to her?
Yeah, that's bad.
That's just... God is not going to be happy with you.
I think the brother was collateral damage.
I know he's catching strays even after death. All right, comparing me, her boyfriend of 4 years at the time, but now ex, to the type of boyfriend she wants. She said, "I want a Lamborghini, something exciting and fun. You're like a Prius, the safe choice. But if I go get a Lamborghini and crash, then I know the Prius won't take me back."
Oh my God.
That's such a long analogy.
That's a long analogy for go yourself. No one wants a Prius. I have a hybrid car now that gets
Well, she said the Prius is safe choice.
Listen, I have a hybrid car that gets great mileage right now, but it's not a Prius. No one wants a Prius. Priuses, although, okay, the newer concept models do look a little better, but Priuses are unwanted, ugly stepchildren.
Well, she's saying it in the sense of like, hey,
yeah,
you're the car I will end up with, but it's not the one I want.
Can you repeat the start of it again?
He said she compared me, parentheses, her boyfriend of 4 years at the time, but now ex, end parentheses, to her boyfriend she wants. And then she said, I want a Lamborghini.
Oh, so they were together for 4 years and they're exes now? Okay.
Yeah. She's basically saying, like, I want an upgrade, but I know I'm going to settle. And I'm settling for you. It's I'd rather settle than be alone, but I'd rather not settle than be with you.
She's settling with him, but they're exes now?
Well, that's probably what she said after the choice. I don't know. It must be like before they broke up. This probably is the reason why they broke up.
That part's confusing me, but that is a really awful thing to say.
I think he's saying her boyfriend of 4 years at the time of this conversation, but now acts like he broke up with her.
Okay.
Because, yeah, why would you want to stay with someone who's like, yeah, you're the safe choice. Not what I want, but like, it's what I'm going to get.
But I'm safe. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
That's,
if I could, I would go up.
Those are the people that like friend zoned you. And like, I've either seen this in a movie or somewhere else, but I've heard of other friends talking about this. Like, yeah, they're my backup marriage choice if I'm alone at like 30. No, don't ever tell anyone that. If you ever have that thought about someone, especially if they have a crush on you and you tell them, hey, if I don't end up with anyone, I guess I'll just marry you at 30. Yeah.
That's
just put a gun in their mouth instead.
If you've ever had the thought of having a backup relationship, stop. You don't have backup relationships.
No.
You have like
that buns.
Yeah, your friends that sometimes may consider like wanting to do something sexual because you're lonely. That's not a relationship. No.
I have a funny story for our next bit with that.
This person said, a girl once told him, you look like you'll be a rapist when you grow up.
What? That's like saying, hey, you're so ugly that there's no way you're going to get laid by choice.
Is that even an ugly thing? Is that an ugly thing? What is it? You look like you'll be a rapist when you grow up? I don't even know how to take that.
I'd be offended.
Is it like you just have a resting serial killer face?
No, what my mind jumps to is that you're so ugly that there's no chance you'll ever get laid by choice.
That's so mean.
That's
it's
really...
like you're just projecting some random
That's barbaric. Was there no context?
No, that was it.
You look like you'll be a rapist when you grow up?
Yeah, that's it. That's like me saying you look like you'll be poor. It's like, why? What does that mean?
Yeah.
What do I mean I look like that?
Yeah, that one's more weird because I think there's nothing associated with like I guess you could see someone and be like
it's a random it's a choice. You look like the kind of person who'll make a choice. It's like, what? Yeah, you look like the kind of person that would bet your house and lose your family. What does that mean?
Crackhead energy.
You look like the kind of guy that would and if you had the chance. It's like, why? Why would you just say these? It's like you're betting on some low odds here.
Oh my god, dude. Like I legitimately don't know how I'd react to that.
I'd be stunned. You stun gun me.
I'd be like, what? The did you say?
I'd have to slowly back away from the conversation like a tiger. Be like, I'm keeping eye contact with you, but I'm backing away.
Like a tiger? Who's the tiger? You or the
girl?
Okay.
You have to keep eye contact with a tiger.
You do?
In
wait, okay.
Is it India? Where
India
tigers
does
are?
have tigers, yeah.
Whatever country is like known for having tigers, it's probably like a whole region. You're supposed to wear masks on the back of your head.
So it looks like you're maintaining eye contact?
Yeah, tigers don't like eye contact. They like to stalk. So if you wear a mask, they'll sometimes they're smart. They've learned to avoid the masks.
So look them in the eye. I mean, I make eye contact with cats and I hold it. I like that.
I think it's supposed to be a threat.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, fucking Armando.
I think you're supposed to like slowly blink at cats to show trust.
Slowly blinking does mean that you're leaving your eyes closed for long enough that somebody could act a fool.
Dogs the opposite. You're supposed to make eye contact, especially when they're pooping. That shows trust.
Yeah. Well, they look at you when they're pooping.
That because they want.
Do they want you to look back?
Yeah. Dogs, I think, are the most like conditioned to overlap with human emotions. So like everything you think you'd do for a human, you can do to a dog, and it's probably fine.
So you want me to make eye contact with you while you're pooping?
Yeah. You haven't yet? Why?
Your door's locked. I just kick it open like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
I wonder if dogs get pee shy.
I cannot fathom someone locking eye contact with me while I'm I would feel so uncomfortable.
Pee shy is a thing, but is poop shy a thing? I feel like once you're pooping, it's coming out.
You know when the log is like partially out and you have to keep forcing? Otherwise, like the pinch will go up the sphincter and you won't be able to get enough out. you're
got a poopologist over here.
Okay, listen, pooperazzi.
I'm not a poopologist. I'm just a victim.
You know when you're trying to make the snip like a cigar using your butthole, but you're trying. Next.
An ex said I had a baby penis after we broke up and she hooked up with another dude. It hurt a bit, but I measured my willy and realized I'm above average and she's just a shallow bitch. You're a bitch, Erica.
A baby penis?
Yeah, she said I had a baby penis.
What is a baby penis means like it's still gonna grow to be bigger?
I mean, think of baby carrot sized.
Yeah, but like, okay, if I said, hey, you have a baby appendage, like your arms are baby.
If it's not already
Can
full
it grow?
grown by you're an adult, then no, I don't think it's the implication it's gonna still keep growing.
That would hurt, dude.
If you had baby teeth as an adult, I would think you have a problem. Not that they just haven't come in yet.
That's weird. That would look really bizarre.
It would. You would look
You'd
like
have tiny little chiclets.
Yeah, you. Oh God,
dude. But I'm secure about my manhood, so I wouldn't be insulted if someone said that to me. But a lot of guys are very, very
it's a
insecure
touchy
about their
subject.
penis.
I think some people find it like a big deal. I think it'd be fine either way. Like as long as you have like enough, you're good.
Yeah, but guys get insecure, dude.
I think so, but that usually is the people
Before
that
I
watch
ever-
too much.
Yeah, it was that. Before I ever got laid, I only watched. So I was like, I'm comparing it to like two of these can't. Like,
Okay, it depends on what you
compared to
watch.
this-
Not everyone in has like a
That's
massive
true.
dong.
That's true, but you've seen some gargantuan dongerinos.
I listen. I've seen some in porn that are like, this is not human, and no woman would ever launch.
yeah,
Like,
no one
no
wants
one wants
this.
that.
There's no way you're happy taking this.
But like that's not average. That's not standard.
yeah, it's not.
If I was a woman in the industry, I'd be like, listen, I could do one of those a week maybe, but like I need a
You're
rest.
gonna take it, bud. You want to pay rent? You're gonna.
I would be like, I require 4 inches. That is it.
No one wants to watch that.
I think a lot of guys would watch that. They'd
I
be
don't
like,
think so.
I'm secure in this dude. I'm
No, I
paying
think
money
guys
to him.
literally want to watch bigger cock.
I don't know. I don't think the guys want to watch bigger cock. I would imagine, take a poll of all men that are not watching this video. I think they'd start a GoFundMe for a small porn star just to be like, yes, he's living our dream.
I don't know, man. You don't get as good of shots. I've heard interviews about this.
It's
like, with
relatable.
directors.
It's like looking through a window.
Relatable, but not satisfying to watch. I heard like directors said like it randomly popped up on like Facebook Reels. Of course, this is Facebook content.
Okay.
Where they were basically saying like you have to use bigger and because like you need to get a shot of it like going in and out, and with a smaller penis you can't even see that.
You don't need to get the shot. That's what they want.
I mean,
They have a
that's
vision.
satisfying
They're like
shot.
Spielberg being like, oh, I'll get this one
Cockberg.
shot and then I'll be the next big star. I want to show this to Warner Brothers Studios and they're going to give me the next
Would you
Marvel
be proud
movie.
if you were like a big director?
Would I be proud? I don't want to be proud, but I'd be like, this is my job.
Corey Cockberg.
Why would I have to change my name? You don't have to change your name to be in.
Ballberg.
I know like the women have like the fake names just because I think identity
You already
purposes.
have half. You already have the Berg.
What?
Just live with it.
That's like me saying you change your name to Nick Cocklove. So you already have half of it.
I do. I have love in it.
That makes no
Add
fucking
cock,
sense.
dude. I already have some type of cock obsession.
Oh, God. This girl said, I always liked him more than you. To be honest, I don't think I ever loved you.
Dude, okay. I still stand by this.
Foul.
I think if you tell someone you were in a relationship with,
Yeah, if you tell someone in a relationship that you never loved them,
yeah, that's an unreal insult. I think you are genuinely a piece of rotting. You tell someone
it's
that
like
you've never loved them.
clear to everybody outside of that you're a liar. You're just trying to be hurtful. But like to the person involved, you might not be able to see it from that perspective, and it sounds really bad.
I've seen gentlemen, not like a gentleman, gentlemen
Gentle spacemen.
turn into animals because an ex told them, I never loved you.
No one wants to feel like they're being played.
What benefit does that give you? It's definitely power. It's definitely like
What benefit?
Yeah, like if you get out of a relationship and
If
you tell
you
the person
say
you were with,
anytime
I never
you say
loved
an
you.
insult, any insult, it's because you're trying to make them feel worse, and you get off on that.
You're trying to belittle them so you can be above them.
Maybe
Especially to an ex.
Maybe to be, we probably already think you are above them. I think it's just you get
I
joy.
never loved you, dude. You.
Yeah, you get joy from just seeing them sad.
Get hit by a car. I never loved you. Get hit by a car. That's my response. What's the worst she could say? Boom.
I think once you cross in that territory of saying some like unforgivable insults, it's like you're not human. Like I don't care about your
That
opinions.
is an unforgivable insult.
Yeah,
Have you been told any unforgivable insults?
Not that I can remember. Not
I
that
think
it's
I
stuck
have.
with me. Would you like to share with the class?
One was I was having an argument in a car
Is from a girl or a guy?
from a girl. I was having an argument in the car, and I was like, why would you do this? It feels like you don't respect me. And she said, I don't. And I was like, okay, this conversation's over. I no longer want to
Yeah.
speak with you. That night didn't go well.
It's most of these times I feel like what it is both people are angry. One person, I don't want to say like earned it, but like you set a layup, like with your conversation, be like, I feel you don't respect me.
No,
You didn't earn it, but you set yourself up for a layup for this person who's already saying like a witty comment back. It's like they're taking.
That's not a witty comment.
It's not, but like they feel like it is.
I don't think they do. No one says that being like, haha, I thought of something wise
That's
here.
what they thought.
I don't think so. I think this was actually, I later discovered, and once I unpacked this, that comment was said with malicious intent.
Oh, of course.
But it actually, like, they didn't agree to this. They just thought it in the moment because they were trying to upset me.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is that they?
I guess I set up a layup for myself.
You set up
but
unintentionally, and by no like. It's not like
you're trying to set up a counter layup though. You're trying to set up a, hey, I feel like you don't respect me. No, that's nonsense. Of course I respect you. Okay.
It's you know what it is that when people are angry, they look for zingers. They look for conversation ending like nuke buttons. And so if you accidentally set yourself up with an easy one for them, they're gonna take it.
I personally think if you're arguing with a loved one,
you shouldn't have zingers at all.
Yeah, and you present them an opportunity to nuke you, if they take it, it's on them.
It's not on you. It's because what you're doing is, as the person who's setting up the layup, usually what it is, you're trying to be vulnerable. Yeah. And by being vulnerable, you're open to attack. You're opening up your gates, and then they're sending in their army of people who are bad. I have an interesting belief on vulnerability that I would like to discuss on a future debatable topic. I don't want to dig into it because it's going to be a long-winded one. Go ahead. We can move on to the next. Had a girl in middle school look at me directly and say, "That is the weirdest looking kid I've ever seen." I remember feeling a mix of sadness and annoyance. She said it while at a table with her other 3 stuck-up girlfriends. So were they both in middle school? Yeah. Had a girl in middle school look... I mean, I hope so, God. If this guy was an adult and a middle schooler... he was like working at the middle school. I don't know what's worse. What's worse, being in middle school and a middle schooler making fun of you, or being an adult and a middle schooler making fun of you? I honestly don't know. Emotional intelligence-wise and like security, I think that as an adult, I'd be able to handle it better. But it would still make me feel like... Ugh. If you were working at middle school, would you be able to handle it? I don't think you would. I mean, I would have to. I'd ignore it. Also, I would never work in a middle school. I know. Of all sectors of education, middle school is the one I would never touch. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Middle schoolers arguably are some of the worst people. I'm sorry if you disagree with this, but if you are a girl between the ages of like 6th to 8th grade, whatever age range that is, I'm sorry. You probably have said like the cruelest on the planet. Honestly, guys too, though. So, some guys middle school made me feel horrific. I've never been less secure in my life than middle school. Middle school guys are like tribal people. Like they'll just like literally they'll just throw food and like yell and like get up and like try to start fights. I remember some and the girls are saying some cutting comments. Dude, they're young enough where they're still honest about everything, but old enough to be mean about it. But guys too. No, in middle school, it doesn't matter what gender you are, what type of creature you might be. You say horrific people because you don't realize the damage it can do. I think what the difference is I think middle school girls are smarter than middle school guys. Yeah, that's true. And I think they know how to say meaner. A middle school guy has not said a smart comment ever. No, but they can still say something like if someone said, they'll say dumb you're a idiot, bozo. You're ugly, weak, and stupid. With your middle school with the level of your middle school conscious and like your security in yourself, that could decimate you. It could, but like a middle school guy will just give like a very surface level, like you're weak and stupid. Like it's just very like blah. It will, but on a scale of like 1 to 10, that's like a 3 in terms of like you're gonna grow up to be a rapist. Yeah, like that's a comment a girl in middle school would make and be like, Jesus, what the... What was this one again? It's had a girl in middle school look at me directly and say that's the weirdest looking kid I've ever seen. Like, here's the difference. Here's what I'm thinking. Fuck, dude. I've had both. That's not a compliment. I've had both, and I've repressed all of them. But I remember feeling this way. A middle school kid, when I was in middle school, a guy, saying some mean to me. In the moment, it's like, damn, dude, like, what the but I'll forget about it a week later. A girl saying some I'll remember that for, like, months. It just hurts so much more. I actually don't remember any comments from girls in middle school. I only remember guys. Specifically, I have like... Well, the way to avoid that... I have my friend... Just don't have any friends. Girlfriends at all. I didn't have any guy or girlfriends. I felt like... No, I had the friends I played outside with after school, but I'm trying to remember like a specific thought burned into my memory of our middle school, Franklin Middle. Yeah. This hellhole that is... I think it's a bomb shelter, and I... Honestly, you know what? I hated that school so much that I hoped it turned into a bomb shelter. Remember any of its layout. I just remember it was old and disgusting. But it was in an annex cafeteria. I remember I sat at a round table. I think there was 8 of us. And I think every time I walked up to that table and sat down and like was getting ready to eat my lunch, I was like peak misery. Because I knew hell was coming for the next half hour. I was going to talk to assholes that I wanted to die. Yeah, middle school. And these were people I considered friends. I felt the same. I was sitting at a lunch table in middle school and like basically I hated every single person at that table. And like one of the kids was like trying to bully another kid and me into like starting a fight together. He was like a little ringleader. He was trying to set up you and another kid to fight? Yeah, and we ended up like throwing nacho cheese at each other and like getting called in what grade? This was like 7th grade or something. Me and the kid hashed it out like years later. Like we've talked actually recently. Really? Yeah. Was it cool? Yeah, he's fine. He's like dating one of my brother's friends. Or married? Or
They're same age as us?
Yeah. Like, he's cool. The other kid I still think is weird.
Yeah.
But
I actually, one of the kids I was friends with, played basketball with all the time. He has a kid now. Like, nice guy. I do want to message him now on like Facebook or something and be like,
it's
hey,
one of these
I wanted
things
to
of
stab
like
you in middle school.
I thought you were gonna say, hey, are we good?
No.
You message someone 30 years later being like, hey, we're adults now. I just wanted to let you know I still hate you.
And I was thinking about stabbing you in middle school.
That's not where I thought it was going.
Yeah. I wonder how you would respond to that.
No one would be like, who would want to respond to that?
I feel like I'd laugh about that if someone messaged me that now.
Yeah, maybe.
If someone messaged you on Facebook, hey, remember middle school? I wanted to stab you back then. Okay, next.
This girl said, you're the reason your father killed himself.
Oh my God!
And I'm glad I cheated on him despite the fact that you came out.
Wait, what?
This is his mom.
What did she say?
This guy's mom said to him, you're the reason your father killed himself. And I'm glad I cheated on him despite the fact that you came out.
I don't get the despite the fact that you came out part. I'm glad I cheated on your father despite the fact that you... Does that make sense to you?
I'm trying to do some mental math.
Let me read it.
Is this guy the product...
You're the reason your father killed himself, and I'm glad I cheated on him despite the fact that you came out. Love you too, Ma.
I'm glad I cheated on him despite... Are we not doing math? Are we mathing wrong?
This makes no sense to me.
Is this kid's dad, like, was the father in this context his adoptive father?
No, this was a biological father.
This is a biological father? Despite the fact that you came out. Does this mean the mom likes... Well, she clearly doesn't like this kid because he said, you're the reason your father killed himself. So, like, she's not being happy with him. I'm glad I cheated on him.
If your mom tells that to you...
I don't know what it means, but it sounds bad.
Like, this is the whole thing where people talk about, like, blood is thicker than water. No, this blood is dirty oil that needs to be poured into a sink of a rental property that you don't care about that will end up clogging it and get an angry plumber to come and on that pipe before he deletes it.
Yeah, blood is car transmission oil that needs to be cleaned out every 6 months.
Yeah, this mom...
I still don't know what it means, but it's clearly not a good comment.
I mean, maybe the kid is a piece of shit. Like, imagine this kid...
No. No matter how much of a piece of shit you are, unless you were belligerently bullying someone to their death.
Okay, imagine you're the kid. You become a meth addict. You steal everything from your family and you incriminate them somehow and, like, you burn their house down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Unless you were belligerently, like, bullying this person into ending it. Like, you're just a kid. Who knows how old they were in this context?
Some kids are horrible. So I don't want to defend it outright. But I don't think in 99.9% of cases, never should a mom say something like this. This is unreal. This is
nuke. This is you no longer have a relationship after this. There's no way you can come back from this conversation and be like, all right, no hard feelings. Sorry about that. I was a little bit hangry that day. I was a little bit hangry. I said that your dad killed himself because of you. Sorry about that. I should have had a Snickers beforehand.
I can't. That's too much.
All right.
That's way too much.
You want less? This person said, I think less of myself being with you. Least amount of words do the most amount of damage.
Yeah, I think less of myself being with you.
That's so... I think that hurts more than
These
I never loved you.
These are people that are in bad relationships.
I legitimately think that would hurt me more than I never loved you.
I don't think so.
I think less of myself for being with you. I never loved you means apathy. You're just settling. I think less of myself means that you settled, but like you're really, really mad that you had to even bother doing it. That you think that you're a terrible person for even doing this.
Oh my God. This was said with pure and utter hatred in mind.
Yes.
This was said with like you detest this person.
Oh, absolutely.
You resent them. You just despise them. You hate. I think less of myself for being with you.
I think less of myself for being with you.
Do you think they're still together?
I think this is an ex conversation. This is definitely like a on the way out or already has been out. Being like, hey, 3 months have gone by since we broke up. Just letting you know. Like random text at 3 a.m. Being like, hey, just wanted to let you know. I think less of myself for being with you. That's
a text you wake up to and go, okay.
Yeah, just gonna block, delete Facebook, hit the gym, lawyer up possibly. You never know what's coming.
I'm gonna shave my head and hit the gym.
If you ever get a text like months after you break up with someone and it's some mean, it's just like they have not gotten over it.
Yeah, who cares? If it's an ex and they're texting, I've never actually had an ex tell me, like after a breakup or after I stopped seeing someone, tell me some horrible.
Well, you'd hope that you date normal, good people.
I think I saw this somewhere, but like you can usually judge a person's character based on what they're past relationships think of them.
I don't know about that.
I think that can be jaded though.
I think that's a very black and white way of looking at things. Because, like, let's say you dated somebody who genuinely just isn't a good person and you want to give them a chance because, like, you like some parts about them, and then they just said some horrible shit to you.
Yeah, no, like one person could be terrible on one side of your life. They still hold that terrible resentment and everything towards you. I guess that's not fully accurate, but
it's something that you'd like to believe.
Everyone I've been with, I think, doesn't hate me.
It's one of those things that you'd like to believe that, oh, a good person would have even their, like, worst enemies say some good about them, but that's not how it is. If you have people that don't like you, they're going to say some mean lying anyways.
They're going to find it.
Yeah, they're going to make some stuff up even if they don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
Be like,
that's bad.
You may not have, but you're going to look like you'd rape someone in the future. It's like, what the? No, you can't just say that. That's
not good.
This person said, matched with a girl on Tinder. Before I could even write anything, she just said, match with you to tell you that you're kind of ugly. Why would you match? Why would you match with that person? Imagine how bad she would have felt if she swiped right and he didn't.
Yeah.
Trying to match someone to hurt their feelings, then you don't get a match back.
Dude, that's really up.
Yes, of course it's
Well, what? Okay, these are people.
That's just belligerently mean. No reason.
No, I think they have reason. I think these people are pieces of shit.
Oh, well.
And life has properly dealt them shit because they're pieces of shit. And now they want to spread this shit to other people. Surround yourself with people that are not cunts.
If everything smells like shit, check the bottom of your shoe. It's because you stepped in shit.
Yeah.
You pooped your own
pants.
If
everyone around you is an asshole, look in the mirror. Mm-hmm. You're probably a piece of shit.
I don't like some of these mean comments.
Yeah, this is awful.
When I was expressing how I felt, she was like, oh, so I have to also worry about your feelings now?
A lot of men struggle with sharing their feelings.
Yeah.
And that's because of this type of shit.
It's like you're in a relationship. Is it supposed to be like happy for both of you? Or is it supposed to be like one person kind of gets everything, the other person has to deal with it?
I really hate the idea that people think that men can't share their feelings. Like, you, dude.
It's who else are you supposed to tell things about? Like, everybody has hardships. So if you can't tell the person you're supposed to be in a relationship with, then it's like, what are you doing?
I think if you're okay, there's a difference in if you're constantly negative and you're complaining about the same problem with doing nothing about it. That's annoying. But if you're just like sharing your hardships and
everything in moderation,
like, hey, today sucked, and they're like, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
you, dude.
If I literally said,
"Who
hey,
the fuck am I supposed to take this to?
If I came home one day,
I don't believe in therapy.
If I was like, hey, I just like lost my job today, it's a really hard day, and they're like, oh, so now I have to worry about your feelings?
Yeah, you. You're dating me? Suck a cock.
I'd be like, we are not dating anymore. Like that's God. Some of these people have no soul.
No.
I was sitting on my bed and she had her head in my lap, looked down at her and smiled. She looked up at me and said, I hope our kids don't get your nose.
Why? Why? That's mild.
It's mild salt.
It's mild, but it's something that you're going to question now.
It could go
all the time.
It could go either way. Like if this was happening to me, I could see it as a joke, like a salty joke. But the fact that he commented on this thread of people saying horrible tells me that it hurt his feelings.
It probably hurt his feelings, but like she did say, I hope our kids, like that's a hopeful future, right?
I guess.
But that's
it is.
Like why? Why? Like
again, it's like I can deal with some salt in a relationship. Like I can understand like if you have some things about you that are like obvious, I guess like negative qualities, but like you're okay with them because it's like everyone has flaws and you're fine with that. If they've joked about in the past, like the guy being like, oh, I got a big old schnoz, and the girl like laughs and it's like, yeah, you do. I got I don't know, really short arms like a T-Rex, and like that's their thing. Their kids are gonna come out looking like literally like a dinosaur, like a beak and short arms. Like that's what they're cool with that. But if you just randomly comment being like, hey, I know you're insecure about your nose. Really hope our kids don't get that because then they're going to get bullied.
Yeah, like, I hope our kids don't end up as ugly as you.
Why would you say these things?
I want to say that's a stray, but that's not a stray. That is a bullet aimed your way.
Yeah, it's not a stray. It's a direct combative comment.
Don't say like things that have no purpose, especially things that can't be changed.
Well, you can change your nose. That's not the point.
But you can't change how you're going to give it to your kids. Like if I get a nose surgery to change my nose, that has no effect on what my kids get.
Some people believe that. It's crazy. Some people believe that if you get surgery, then your kids will come out looking like your new self. They are in for it.
Yeah, you're gonna have some surprises. If you are on steroids when you impregnate someone, does that have any effect on their muscular nature potentially?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know how that would work. I think if anything, you'd have a possibly like an error in the code.
I'm wondering if that's why Brandon came out so muscular.
I don't think so. She tapped me on the shoulder in a club, leaned into my ear to say that I was disgusting and that I should go somewhere else. Why would you say these mean-ass comments?
You are purposefully pointing out to someone. Dude, that's like...
They have no prior history. Nothing at all. You don't know them.
Remember when we did the vlog in DC and we were all hammered. Mm-hmm. And that waitress came up to my cousin and said, why are you with these people? You don't belong. Like, if you go out of your way to say something that bitter and mean and resentful to someone, that's not resentful actually. That's just...
It's just you're a piece of poop.
What? Like, take that insult that you were going to share with someone else, put it in your own mouth, and then go bite a brick and hopefully choke on it.
It's
asshole.
I disagree with this, but I can understand. You're in an argument with someone. You're both saying some mean back and forth. They've betrayed you. They have dishonored you, disrespected you, and you feel like you got to get back at them by saying some mean, hurtful. I can understand where you're coming from. It's not good. You shouldn't do it, but I can understand it. This person has had zero interaction with them. Just a random bystander being like, hey, excuse me.
Hi, what's up?
Never met before.
Oh, yeah?
Just saw you in the crowd at this bar.
Whoa, what?
Thought, this is a really pretty people bar.
Yeah.
You should go home. You don't belong here. You're ugly as I don't know how they let you in. Did you pay extra? Did the bouncer make you pay more? Because you don't have a face card.
Have you heard of face control before?
Face card.
What's a face card?
Face card. Well, face card is just like you have a pretty face. But in certain bars in high-profile cities, usually like New York, LA, Miami, certain bars or clubs,
they have face control.
It's the bouncer will say, "You are a guy. You are not pretty enough.
Yeah,
you are not coming in."
That's
or it's usually a guy. It's a guy that has no girl. It's usually a guy that has no girls and no money.
Well, guys usually have to pay to get in.
It's guys who have to pay a lot more if they come in with no women. These are the kind of clubs that we're talking about.
But there's clubs that girls can't get into either.
And girls, if you're not pretty enough, they won't let you in at all.
Yeah.
They're saying if you're a guy and you're rich, you are clientele. And if you're a girl and you're pretty, you're a clientele. But if you're an ugly girl or a poor guy that has no girlfriends, because if you're a guy and you're coming in with like 8 beautiful women, they'll be like, all right, whatever. But that profiling. They'll be like, pay us more. Girls, you get in free. Girls that are not pretty enough don't get in at all.
Random? Oh my God,
if you're already in the club and you tap someone on the shoulder.
Horrible.
You just inserted yourself into their day. They're having a good time. They're out with their boys or girls or whatever. Yeah, they're just doing their thing. They're having a drink. They're trying to get their dance on. You just insert yourself into their ear. Lean into their ear. Intimate, because the music is loud at the club.
Oh my God.
Whisper into their ear.
My bubble. You came into my
bubble. Hey, fucko, go home.
You pierced my personal bubble.
Yeah.
To share this with me.
Why? Spam mail. You just spam mailed him.
Yeah. This is where that whole saying of like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything. Especially if it's unsolicited. This is a person you don't know. They do not want your stray bullets.
Usually that comment, that like mindset comes from if you know someone and you're just thinking negative thoughts, don't say it. It'll hurt your relationship. It even more makes sense if you don't know someone at all. Why on earth would you say something mean?
You also approached them.
Exactly.
They didn't come to ask. They didn't tap on your shoulder and say, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And you're like, "Sorry, you're not attractive enough to talk to me."
That's shit.
Which is horrible. Which is horrible. But you approached them. You are now open to rejection. Yeah. That is an awful rejection. Don't say that to people. You will potentially get murdered. You don't want to get murdered for saying some stupid like that. But unsolicitedly talking to someone like that,
I can understand the mindset of someone who does some things. If you're at a club and you're a girl and you're like getting hit on all the time, you just want to hang out with your girlfriends and you're getting bombarded, and a guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, you're so beautiful. Can I get your number?" Maybe the 14th time that night, you're so pissed off, you just let it all out on this unfortunate dude, and you're like, "You're not pretty enough for me. Do you have any money? No, go the loser." Like, I can see how you got to that point. I think it's wrong, but I can see it. If you approach someone completely neutral, fresh-minded, you go out there with, I don't know, the intent to just have a good ass time at the club. Everyone's here to have a good time. You go out of your way to spread some plague ass misery. Gave some Ebola to this guy.
What would you do if somebody said that to you? Would you hit them back with fire?
A flamethrower.
Would you fight fire with fire? Would you be like, "No, you're an ugly"?
I don't know what I would do, man. I don't know. It depends on my mood. If I'm like drunk and playful, or if I'm like just really upset.
That's never. I mean, you've seen my drunken nights where I'm just like in my feels. I don't know. What
I don't know how you would react either.
I don't know how drunk Nick would do, but like I feel like sober
you have a few choose your adventure options that I think that you would do, but I'm not sure which ones. I think one of them is I think you would scream really loudly at them.
Dude, that'd be such a good response. The person's like, "Hey, you're too ugly to be here." I'd just be like, "Ah!"
Like, you're a loud person.
Just be like Shrek.
Yeah, you're a loud guy. I think that like Shrek.
Get out of my swamp!
I had the image hit in my head as soon as you said that. Of when they're at the beginning of the movie with the pitchforks and stuff, it just screams and all the spit goes in their face. I could see you doing that. But like, I think you'd scream like loudly some insulting back, but like not like as mean as them, but like still like just shut the up. I don't know. Just something like that. Or I could see you getting huffing and puffing, like walking out of the bar.
That could destroy my night.
Yeah.
That would get in my head. Someone, because they had no reason to say
No,
this.
exactly. Zero reason.
Awful.
Just strays.
Next.
Got a few more. Found out my soon-to-be ex-wife told her work colleagues that her pet name for me was Paycheck. That cut pretty deep.
Yeah, you, dude. Don't call somebody a paycheck, especially your significant other.
That's
wait. Is this their wife?
Yeah. Found out my soon-to-be ex-wife. So they're still married when you wrote this
Fuck
post.
you.
But I can see why it's soon-to-be ex-wife.
Yeah.
Calling him Paycheck. Oh no, it's actually in another language. I mean, it's pronounced Pajak.
Pajak.
Pajak. It means my love.
Pajak, which means jacket in Russian.
Yeah, you're my Pajak. Also, thanks for the $3,000 a month allowance. Love that. Love you. I mean, love you. Sorry.
Can you take that to like divorce and like not give them alimony for that?
I think you need some sort of.
Dude.
Then again, like you get into what you get into. Like if you get married under the pretenses that this person's gonna ask you for money all the time.
Hearing these horrible about like these horrible sounding divorces and marriages and all of that makes me like lose faith in humanity.
Oh,
it just
for sure.
chips away.
They're mean, dude. One time a girl said to me, "Wow, you're 22. You're balding like you're in your mid-30s."
Okay, thanks. We're middle schooler? Why would you take someone's insecurity and highlight it? Hey,
Okay, thanks is the response. It's like, why?
Hey, oh, you're in your mid-20s? You're really fat.
It's like, at what point of meeting someone do you find out their age? Like, it's early on. It's like, hi, my name's Jared. Oh, Stacy. Nice to meet you. I'm actually 25. I'm looking for something like a little romantic. Oh, I'm 22. You're a little old for me, but I think we could make this work. And she's like, you're 22? I thought you were 30. You know, you're bald as That means you're 30, right? No, you have the looks of a 30-year-old and the finances of a 20-year-old.
Dude, RNG blows, dude.
RNG.
Like your genetics giving you something that you don't desire.
Yeah.
And then getting it pointed out to just like, hey, let's take that insecurity. Claw machine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got the insecurity, guys. Guys, we got the insecurity. Hey, you're balding.
You know what the world should do? I feel like this would have been a much better motivator for me. If when I was a kid, my parents or teachers, whatever, are going to be like, when you grow up, you're going to be very insecure about something. Doesn't matter what, but you will be. You're going to hate yourself about one thing or multiple things, depending on how RNG hits you. It could be a few things. For some of you, it's going to be a lot of things.
Oh, no.
And if they said, the richer you are, the more you can avoid some of those things being insecurities. I'd be like, I'm being a scientist. I am growing up to be a straight A student. If they were like, hey, you feel bullied now by all the kids in middle school?
Yeah, that's a good thing to teach.
Maybe if you were rich and tried, you wouldn't get bullied.
Life is pay to win. You can fix your problems by paying for them.
I don't think it's a great thing to tell kids, but if someone told me that, I'd be like, I am going to study my ass off now.
That's the worst motivation ever.
Better than a teacher telling me you're going to amount to nothing. It's the opposite.
That's bad.
My fiance of 1 year at the time on Valentine's Day, 4 months before our scheduled wedding, I don't think you're really that attractive. I mean, I guess you're kind of good looking, but nothing special. Anyway, I've already slept with 2 guys since we took our break last week. I'm just not feeling marriage right now. Sorry. On Valentine's Day, dude.
Wow. That's hey, I have a surprise for you. That's the surprise.
The context clues tell me a few things here. 4 months before our scheduled wedding, they took a break 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, that's okay. I guess maybe you're finding out if the wedding's worth it. So
if you take a break 4 months before your wedding, it's not going to work out.
No, that's not.
You didn't deserve this. You didn't deserve this happening.
No.
But it wasn't going to work out.
I slept with 2 other guys. By the way, you're not that attractive.
Oh my God.
Like what? Why? Like why not?
It's like, can I get the ring back at least? Like what? They probably didn't get a ring at this point. They probably planned this really late.
4 months before yeah, okay.
You just don't do this.
Yeah,
don't do this.
If you have a break, it's not going to work. But
I'm not a big fan of the break. I think that if you break up with the intent of it being over and you come back years later, there's a chance.
Relationships are complicated.
But I don't think you can take an intentional break.
I don't think you can take a break before. I mean, I think it's like if you're having strong doubts about getting married,
You shouldn't get married.
You shouldn't get married. So I think it's a good idea that they were like, hey, let's give this a little bit of time.
But I think that if you're like, hey, we're about to get married, I don't know how I feel about this. It's a little bit much.
A lot of people get
Let's
dude.
break up for 2 weeks and just people.
Breaking up. Yeah, it's the same.
It's like an intentional break like that is just suicide to your relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, why? You can just not get married for another 2 weeks and then talk about it and be like, okay, well, we can just see where this goes as a open, like, not marriage relationship.
Pain and suffering.
Or
dude.
just end it. But like taking a break and then coming back, being like, all right, we're just going to do our own thing for 2 weeks. I'm going to a guy a day and then I'll come back and I'll be good.
Where do people find random people to
Tinder.
like, after breaking up with someone?
Tinder.
I guess it's not that hard, but like I'm someone who really struggles with the idea of talking to multiple people at once.
I can see it. If it's early on, like really early, like maybe you went on one date or not even yet, like you're just talking. I think ghosting happens so much. No matter how good looking or how charismatic you are, guy or girl, whatever it is, when you're that early on, you can get ghosted like that for no reason.
Yeah.
And for no reason on your part either. They could just like talk to someone new and like them
they
more.
could have just got into
And so sometimes that feeling feels kind of and talking to two people means that, all right, one person ghosted me. At least I can talk to someone else.
If you're in a relationship and then you take a break and you immediately bang somebody else.
I guess, no, that's just like you are preparing. You're prepared.
Your relationship's probably
your Tinder account was already set up prior to that.
Yeah.
She said at the beginning of a relationship, everything you love and everyone you know will slowly be mine. Thought she was joking. She wasn't.
What? What kind of possessive warlock is this?
she
I
prophesied.
will cast a spell on you.
It's like she eyes roll back into her head. Everything that you love will be mine.
Fuck, get me out.
It's like, sorry, I blacked out for a second. Where were we? All right, she said, that's the reason why friends leave you. You don't work and try enough. Stop crying and man up already. We need to go to this dinner party and you're an embarrassment.
Honestly, that could be good. That's mean, but that could be good.
That's like
that could be a wake up call. Somebody needs to get their shit together.
Are you dating your coach? What is
I don't
this?
know, man. Like that could be good.
If you're an athlete and that's how you like being talked to, you want a dommy mommy, then I guess.
No, but that like a wake up call where someone like slaps you and be like, dude, get your like my pickleball
Stop
partner.
crying. You're an embarrassment.
No, my pickleball partner that I play doubles with, we have a pact where if one of us is having a completely off game, we can slap the other person and tell them, get your together, start playing.
Has this happened?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
and it worked.
All right. I feel like you say that before the emotions get high, and then once they get high, you're like,
no, it worked.
I did red, whatever our safety word is.
You open it with like, I'm going to slap you now. And then the other person's like, okay, this is fine. And then you get slapped and they're like, get your together.
It's certain kind of relationships, I guess. This person said, is it in yet?
I think I'd consider ending it all. That's bad, dude.
I'd just be like,
for the ones that are insecure of their meat, that would hurt.
I would just be like, no. And then like slide a finger. All right. This one said, you know what? If I was your father, I would have beaten your ass too. Horrible.
Hard love, baby. Hard love.
Oh.
Hard love.
Sometimes people dig deep. They find
I don't think that's that deep.
They're picking for the.
I would have beat you too.
Oh.
That's funny. That one made me laugh.
That's going to the back of the closet for some trauma.
The first ones you said were traumatic. That one was funny.
That's not funny.
I think it's funny.
That's like I told you some like deep therapy kind of stuff, and you use it against me.
I like that one.
Oh my god. Mom during an argument. God took your father away because he wasn't teaching you how to be a man, and he was a waste of breath.
What the fuck?
That's like a stray, because that's not mean to me, but like mean about someone. But that's just mean.
That's collateral damage, man.
Also, it was a twofer. This person said their ex-girlfriend as well said, while we were breaking up, the only thing I miss about you is your dog.
God, dude, this person's in hell right now.
This is not the worst one that an ex-girlfriend has said.
Find new people, and if you're a piece of that somehow brought this upon yourself, correct yourself, improve yourself, become better, evolve, become a stage 2 Pokemon.
At least I got the dog out of this relationship. Found my wife was cheating on me, and we were arguing because she was going out with him that night. I just got back from deployment, gone for 6 months. Friends of ours came over and told me my mom called her because she couldn't get a hold of me. Told my dad just had a heart attack. My wife looked at me and said, when it rains, it pours, and walked out. So much is going on at once. All I know is this woman cheated on her veteran husband.
Common, unfortunately.
And just said it to him to his face.
When it rains, it
went
pours.
out the night he was coming back with this person she was cheating on. And then when he confronted her, she said, when it rains, it pours.
These are just people that don't deserve love.
No.
You're a
No.
That's all. You, dude.
Just
Awful.
terrible people.
Woo.
Woo!
Oh, that was pretty depressing though. That was
All these are
dark.
depressing. I don't like mean comments being said to me. I prefer compliments. I'm a compliment whore. So if you,
I am a compliment whore,
So
too.
if you say nice things, we will respond well to you. If you say mean things, we're gonna delete it because we don't like that. Anyways, if you guys want to watch the full uncut and uncensored version of this podcast, you can go to our Patreon link down below. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out a ton. We'll see you in the next episode.